Hi and welcome to Spiritual Link, the podcast, a podcast about how developing spiritual well-being can help you in your daily life and how that can enhance your confidence in who you are and what you are. The podcast is hosted by Ines and Tor. Ines is a development medium with over 30 years of experience in the field, and Tor has been an apprentice since 2013. In this episode, we talk about the color band and chakra yellow. You can support us by sharing the episode on your social media channels, subscribing to our podcast, and leaving a review. Remember, you can always find us on @spirituallinkco on Instagram.
Hello, Thor.
Hi Ines, how you been?
I've been very well. I'm glad that the weather has broken. It's a little bit cooler.
Oh my God.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So we needed the rain. So yes, all is getting, yes, it's nice. It's very, very nice. Yes.
It's so much nicer. I mean, my computer was struggling so hard this week because, again, I am south facing, so my computer was getting so hot. I was getting this
Ooh.
warning on my screen. We're saying,
No.
yes,
Wow. Oh gosh.
because it was struggling so badly. So yeah, thank God and the universe and all the
Yes.
other gods of the universe
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
rain, basically. Because
Wonderful. So is the sun shining into your window now, or is it
no,
nice
we've
and
got it
light? No,
because
it's
it's
just
clouded.
warm.
Yeah, so
It's
we're
clouded.
all good right now.
Yeah. Anyway, I was really looking forward to this. And of course, what we have this week, we have the color of yellow. And I'm also trying, because we have a spiritual link, I'm also going to try to incorporate how we can use it very much for our physical body,
Great.
for our physical well-being, and also for our mental well-being. And these using color on ourselves is free. It's also very inexpensive. As you know, Thor, that I have my jug of water, which I drink, and then I have crepe paper on, well done, crepe paper underneath of it, and which, let's say the color of yellow, and underneath the glass jug of water. You can also put underneath a bottle of water, of course, and that absorbs the ions literally of the sun. I have it on a window ledge, and also the color of yellow. You can change the color as to your own mood. And that color, say it's in a larger container, such as my jug of water, I put into a bottle of water, and that stays the color of yellow for 8 hours. So you can have it with you wherever you go for a reasonable length of time. And then also, I've noticed that if I am sort of weak in one area, I automatically go for that fruit or for that vegetable. Of course, now in the fruit season, we're very lucky. It's not expensive. It's doable. But we can always alternate. If something's too expensive, don't do it. Get something that, a vegetable or something that is the yellow. There's corn, isn't there?
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So I'm going to try to bring those areas forward because they really, really do help. And yellow in particular is also a very, very important color. And when we talk of yellow, we also talk about the chakrams and the bands, but we also talk about, obviously, literally the art of meditation. There are phases of importance that we move through in our life. And when we move through these phases of importance, they can be of paramount importance at that particular time. And then as we grow older and we've moved through that particular phase, they don't actually take on the same sort of relevance. Meaning there is a constant change in our personality. Sometimes this change in personality can rebound on others, where we might feel that we are not understood or our work is not appreciated. The cornerstone of life, quality of life, understanding where and what we are at a given point of time in our life comes through the art of meditation. The art of meditation is the ability to calm and find an inner peace that helps the situations of stress and uncertainty that is around us. Just to give lip service to meditation and then put it aside when our mind is calm defeats the whole object of the exercise. And I'm not going to browbeat you listeners anymore with that. I know you get the message, otherwise you would not be listening. And this week's chakra or color band is the spiritual color of yellow. And this wonderful, the yellow ray is the power and strength that gives help not only to the nervous system, but also to the skin, mental ability, and upliftment in general. And it also helps all of the organs in that band. And yellow is the third chakra. It is the stomach chakra. Some individuals call it the sacral chakra, and so on and so forth. But it is located, it is the upper stomach between your tummy button and the breastbone. And the organs that are related to that is the upper digestive organs, including stomach, liver, diaphragm, adrenal glands as well, also the immune system. So this is a very important color, immune system, nervous exhaustion. So when we look at that color, or you feel that color, as I said last week, you can smell it, see it, feel it, inner side, outer side. We're also very different. But when this yellow chakra is imbalanced, you feel energetic and confident about yourself, about your life. When this color is weak, that means it's a diluted yellow, we struggle to make decisions. Not meaning that if it's a momentous decision that you're dwelling on, that all of a sudden you have a weak chakra. That's a very generalized statement, but it's decision making on a very general, my God, what am I going to do? Constancy, it's weak. If it is weak, what do? We enhance it. That means when you open the chakra, you concentrate on that to bring a powerful yellow to that chakra. When it is overdeveloped, meaning too much, too bright, too yellow, we can be obsessive and we can become workaholic. So those are, again, only an indication. Now, what if when we are in that area of yellow, it can also sometimes, if let's say we have skin eczema can be caused through many things, allergies, but it can also be caused through nervous exhaustion and stress. It can also be caused through not drinking enough water, not tea, because the tea has water in it, but just plain water. There are rudimentary ailments from the stomach, such as digestion, excessive excrement, diarrhea, of course, flatulence, and constipation. This is a very general outline of that. So when these situations exist, try to encourage yourself to eat a little bit more yellow. Drink the yellow water that I suggested with a bit of crepe paper. It is inexpensive. When it loses its color, you throw it away and you replace it. Now, the color of yellow, what it is able to help with, as I just said, it helps to uplift the mental ability and the mental understanding within ourselves. It is a stimuli. It stimulates our cohesion in understanding. It also stimulates the eczema that we might find in the body, on our face and skin. Eczema is a nervous disease. It also comes from nervous exhaustion. Organic problems within the chest can be helped. And again, I say, uplifts the exhaustion and nervous energy. The mental sort of area, the attitude towards our life. As I said in there, that I can do, I can and I will do. That is very much the general trend of the color of yellow. Very strong influence in the digestive system and can create the power that generates, that converts the food that we take into our body into that electrical force that we use as energy. And it also helps with stress as well. But a lot of other colors will help with stress as well. The balancing color of yellow, if it is too bright, as we said, is the color of green. So maybe you add a little bit of extra greens, green salads or something like that.
So when you say that yellow is the color of spirit,
it's a spiritual color. It's gold. It's
So-
yeah.
so what do you mean? Like, tell me more.
Well, it's a spiritual color. It's gold. Not the color of gold that we see it as human beings, but it tends to be the spiritual color. It is the power and the strength of self. It is, I can, I will overcome the lessons in life that confront us. It is that color which then gives us the kick. Red also is the adrenaline, of course, but that is more of is sort of a fighting sense, the warrior type of red. You know, you go into battle. The yellow comes from deep within yourself. I can and I will overcome. The yellow, as I said, works upon the mind to ease stresses that have been brought about by the nervous system. All stress emanates from some sort of pressure being brought upon somewhere in the mind or the body. And that means areas of the nervous system. And if we talk about pressure of the mind or the body could be you just had a terrible car accident and you are paralyzed. That pressure creates a huge amount of stress. Or if you've had some devastating news, creates a huge amount of pressure in the mind, of course. So that's why if we use gold, the color gold or yellow, I'm referring to one and the same, it then moves into the mind and not only the body. The power of self. I will overcome. I will survive. I will do it. It is very, very much a spiritual color. And last week I mentioned about the notes are musical friends. I was just going to, this is just hypothetically, what sort of a note G is G or A? So you go up this scale, C, D, E, F, G. G is 5. So you go up the 5 chakrams. How many notes in an octave? There are 7, and there are 7 chakrams. So C would be the bottom, which is the red. Within the octave, you have then the 7 notes, which could balance that particular color. So if you're playing a note, for example, or you choose a piece of music, say you're stressed, some individuals would go for classical sonatas, others would go for rap even, whatever it is. But the notes in that piece of music that has been chosen by yourself would represent the colors that are needed to give you calmness of the mind.
Yeah, I do that.
Yes, exactly. But the variances in the areas of the high and low notes would help to diminish or brighten the color band that the individual needs. So if you have a very red, bright red, you might have a very positive C, such as you're using the amplifier to get a high C. That's roughly how the situation works. But yellow, important. Your diet, always the diet, what we eat, the exercise to the best of anyone's ability. If it's armchair exercises, everything is vitally important to help that, to help the situation, as I mentioned right at the beginning. The importance and the different phases we move through. And when we're finished with them, we've grown up maybe, we're a little bit wiser, we move on to the next phase. But in between that phase and in between that transition, who doesn't feel that we're not understood? Who doesn't feel undervalued? It's part of our life as well. But the yellow will help us give back the confidence in ourselves, and in our life, how we are, what we look like, where we are at this particular moment, the yellow can certainly help that.
Thank you for listening to this episode on the color band and chakra yellow. If you have any questions, comments, or wants us to explore a topic even further, do please reach out on our Instagram account @spirituallinkco.